Count asked, "What are you thinking? Just how much further are you going to insult us? To think about going outside like that? The lady is spreading the stigmatized disease. You are not hoping for rumors, are you? They are all whispering about how it is a dreadful disease, where everything turns white and dies. It is embarrassing to show my face in society, if you have any thoughts." The butler's voice came, "Count, a guest has come to see you." The next moment, a girl came and said, "I am sorry for coming without notice, however, there is something I must say." The countess asked the butler, "What is happening right now?" The butler replied, "I am sorry, let me provide a more detailed explanation first." The girl continued, "I am your real biological daughter. When I was a newborn, there was a mix-up with another child due to the nanny's mistake." The count shouted, "This is ridiculous, it does not make any sense. Butler, escort that child out now." The girl spoke, "Please look, my eyes and my hair, I am truly of the count's bloodline." The butler told them, "This is a certificate, as the young miss said, the biological child is indeed confirmed." The count asked, "Oh my goodness, are you really our biological daughter?" The girl replied, "Yes, though I got switched with that child who was the maid's daughter." Estelle thought, "The moment I heard those words, forgotten memories came flooding back, the novel I read in my past life, to be inside it. A poor girl whose fate changed. Lady Syria Brienne. A Cinderella story, and my role in this novel is just a plot device for the protagonist Syria's unfortunate past." The countess spoke, "It turns out to be you, Estelle." Estelle was shocked. The countess continued, "You were really our daughter, forgive me, my dear. I am sorry for not knowing until now. My goodness, what kind of fate is this? Certainly, there is no way for a white ghost like her to be a descendant of our household. Why did I never suspect before?" The count stated, "Everything is clear now. Nevertheless, the Brienne family still has some dignity. I will assign a few servants for you, but since you left this house, we have now become strangers. Now go back to your real place." Next scene. Servants chatted, "What a sudden bolt from the blue, hurry and go, Lady Estelle." "No, are you not a miss now?" They said, "She is the daughter of a maid. Who knows what kind of person her father is? What does miss have to do with such a topic?" Estelle thought, "My legs are not moving well, my head feels dizzy too. Is this also because of the disease?" A maid asked, "Miss, hurry up." Another one told her, "What are you doing? Just leave it. We were expelled from the count's manor because of her. Now, let's just abandon her and go." Estelle thought, "Wait, no more, my body won't listen. Is this how I'm going to die, so meaninglessly like this?" After some time, a person came and thought, "A human, in such a condition, maybe she has already." "No, wait, you were lucky, she will die soon. But let's save her, from now on. God will guide you, it should be okay to give one more act of kindness." Next scene. The butler came and said, "I have something important to tell you." Then he told him what happened last night. Alung spoke, "I really thought that the monkey-like brother had brought his lover, so, what my grandfather says, it is what it is. Last night, a black-haired man appeared and abandoned a girl like a puppy in front of my house. Is that how it happened? Did my grandfather meet her?" The butler replied, "Yes, this is what happened." Alung said, "Well, you did well. If you had thrown her away, she probably would have frozen to death. So, where did you send her?" After that, the butler told him, "I think she has white ghost disease." Alung said, "She is skinny. How can a person become so thin?" The butler thought, the white ghost disease is little known. Most people treat albino disease as a contagious disease. This girl's condition, he probably knows that. Alung asked, "What is this girl's condition?" The butler replied, "The fever has decreased significantly. Now that the obstacle has been crossed, all that remains is for her to open her eyes." Alung said, "Good, let's add another guest." Some time later, Estelle thought, "It is warm. Could I be dead? What is this place? What happened? It feels like I fell in the snow. Even in Brienne's house, there was no room so magnificent. Am I dreaming?" Alung came and said, "You already woke up." Estelle asked, "Who?" Then she was frightened. Alung spoke, "You had a fever." Estelle thought, "He touched me with his hands." Then she remembered the countess shouting, "You touched me. You say I touched that white ear, disgusting. Hurry and get some water to wash my hands." Alung asked, "Are you fine?" Estelle thought, "Does this person still not know that I have albino disease?" A maid told him, "I think she still feels tired." Alung asked, "So why did you get out of bed already? Lie down, Estelle asked. Wait a minute, where am I? Alung replied. My house. Estelle asked again. Good, where is this house? Alung replied, this is the Duchy of Valois. Estelle thought, what, Duke of Valois, the Empire, from the beginning, has been protecting the Duke's family from the Red Flames. Red hair seems to be a monopoly of the Valois family. Alung introduced himself. My name is Alung Nord Valois. I am the second son of the Valois family. Estelle thought. The second son of the family, Alung asked. What is your name? Estelle thought. If he finds out I am infected with the white ghost of Brienne's house, this person also. But lying to my savior is not a good thing. Estelle spoke. My name is Estelle Breen, she thought. Good, Alung told her, until you get better. I think we will be living under the same roof for a while. Take care of yourself. Let's get along well. Estelle thought. Hold and shake his hand. Alung asked. You won't shake my hand. Estelle replied. But I am sick. Alung asked. Well, are you afraid I might catch a cold? You see, I have a healthy body. Then please take care of me, Miss Estelle. It had already been a few days at the residence of the Duke of Valois. Audrey spoke. Lady, today's menu is pea soup. Do you drink pea soup? The doctor said that starting tomorrow, you can eat a moderate amount of grain bread. Estelle replied. I like it, no problem. It is delicious even if you eat it for several days. I have never had such delicious soup. Audrey continued. I am glad you said it was delicious. The chef looked very worried. Estelle replied. I thank you. The next moment, her hand touched the other maid's hand. Estelle spoke. Sorry. The maid did not like the touch. Then she started cleaning her hand. Audrey shouted. How rude. The other maid replied. Sorry, I did it unconsciously. Audrey told her. There is no need for excuses. Go. Get out now. You will not be able to avoid disciplinary procedures. After that, Audrey told Estelle. I am sorry, miss. She arrived a while ago. She is not good at serving people, so it seemed like she was rude. We will teach her well so that she does not make mistakes again. Estelle thought. If it were not for them, I probably would have really died, even if it comes from sympathy. This kind of care was something I had no experience with, and this is the first time in my life. Is it acceptable to be happy to this degree? She asked. By the way, it is a little hot outside today. Did something happen? Audrey replied. Look at my mind. Didn't I tell you, Confucius? The second one will come back today. Maybe he will arrive soon. Don't worry too much. He is also a very nice person. Estelle thought. Even though Alung said it is okay, perhaps Confucius would think differently. Maybe I will get fired this time. Waking up from a happy dream. This is Mr. Alung. What is happening? Audrey asked. What happened? Estelle replied. Something happened to Alung. Audrey thought. This is the symptom that precedes the explosion. It appeared faster than last time. When the storm begins, this surrounding area will be washed away. Audrey told her. It is dangerous to stay here. Where has she gone? After that, Alung was feeling the pain. Estelle thought. As a treatment for shingles disease. I saw that when I was in the temple. It is excess capacity. Audrey told her. Madam, this is dangerous. The next moment, Estelle hugged him and told him. Don't move. When you are overburdened, you need to keep your body still and rest as much as possible. You look very heavy. Suddenly, Alung lost consciousness. Estelle thought. That was unexpected. Confucius came and spoke. This is amazing. Surprising. Are you a guest of Alung? Confucius thought. The phoenix force that inhabits the Valois dynasty often causes serious stress on the human body, including Valois themselves. It is a common chronic disease among the 4 great families blessed by the divine beasts. Not even the priests can find a cure, so this will be difficult. But he calmed down in an instant. Was it just a coincidence? Aide came and told him. I have something to tell you about Miss Estelle. A while ago, one of our servants met a servant from the Brienne family and talked to him. I learned that a few days ago there was a new lady. Literally, the only daughter of the original family is gone. The new young woman, Syria, will be registered in the family registry. On the other hand, Estelle thought, he surprised me. I did not expect the second master to suddenly appear. Especially in that condition, I was so surprised that I didn't greet anyone properly. Being sick with white disease, I must have been rude. I asked myself how I would survive in a fantasy world if they kicked me out. I don't know how I died in my previous life. I don't know how I was born as a character in a novel. In the end, the heroine of this world is Syria. For this reason, that's how they treated me at the Count's house. However, something is not quite right. A family so rich that not even the imperial family feared them. This was the description of the Brienne family in the novel. It's an idea that came to me after I remembered memories of my previous life, just like in the novel, the Brienne family, but I don't think I have the kind of relationships or wealth they had in the novel. Besides that, Syria was definitely a negative character, so why is her behavior so different from the one in the novel? Audrey came and asked, "Were you surprised? You weren't hurt, were you?" Estelle replied, "I'm fine. Is Alung okay?" Audrey told her, "Yes, he's resting in his room now. Did you know that everyone is talking about you? Thanks to you, I've become a famous person. This is the first time something like this has happened. Why don't we go for a walk? You must have been very surprised." Estelle asked, "Will the Duke agree to me staying at the ducal residence?" Audrey replied, "He agreed. You did well for Mr. Alung, so don't say that." After that, Audrey told her, "This suits you perfectly too. This is what Miss Sibeli wore. I thought it would look perfect on you. Let's get out of here." Estelle thought, "Miss Sibeli, who is that? I'll have to ask her next time." Next scene, Estelle said, "Wow, it is so beautiful." Audrey told her, "The garden is in full bloom all year round. Would you like to enjoy the time and watch the pond? I'll be back really soon, so get some rest." After that, Ennard asked, "Who are you?" Estelle thought, "An angel." He asked again, "Don't you hear me? Who are you?" Audrey came and said, "When did you come back? No one told me." Ennard replied, "It's my home. Should I have told you before coming back home?" Estelle said, "Hello, sir, I'm glad to meet you." Ennard asked, "Is she the new maid?" Audrey replied, "No, you've heard the rumors about Alung. This person behind those rumors. It's Miss Estelle." Ennard asked, "What's the purpose of having a bony body? My brother must remain still without speaking nonsense. Did you feed her? She doesn't seem like a brave person." Next moment, Alung came. Estelle asked, "Is your body okay? You need to rest more." Alung replied, "Are you well? Usually, I would lose consciousness and my family would beat me, but this time it didn't happen." Estelle thought, "Beat the patient." Alung continued, "Thank you for calming me down, but it was dangerous. If it happens again, you should leave." Estelle said, "Mr. Alung is also the one who saved my life. That is why." Ennard thought, "What is happening? Why is he smiling like that?" Alung told her, "You have a guest. He is a guest from the temple." Estelle replied, "I really appreciate your kindness, but my disease is incurable. I've visited many doctors, but everyone says it's a disease that can't be cured." Alung said, "In this world, nothing is absolute." After that, the priest spoke, "The white disease is very advanced." Alung asked, "And who doesn't know?" Estelle asked, "How much time do I have left?" The priest replied, "Maybe 3 years. No, 10 years. I'll do whatever it takes to keep you alive for 10 years. Confucius stated, "I don't like the way these words sound." The priest told them, "But with my skills, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do to treat her." Alung asked, "So who will it be?" The priest replied, "This should be at the level of the holy high priest." Alung said, "Good, did you hear that, brother? Sick Estelle can't go to the castle, so there is no other option, so let's make a big bid and let them come." Ennard thought, "Is he crazy?" Confucius stated, "It's not a bad idea." The priest thought, "Who the hell is that girl?" Next scene. Ennard asked, "What is happening? Why are you doing something you've never done before? This mission. I took 3 of them and threw them in the warehouse. I know a little about the situation, but she got help by contacting the high priest. How long have you been so helpful?" Confucius replied, "I saw with my own eyes how it calmed the blast of Alung's excessive power. It was not magical or divine power. For some reason, Alung did not lose his calm. He fell asleep quickly." Ennard asked, "Is it because of the guest? Could it be a coincidence?" Confucius told him, "It is not a coincidence. Alung is particularly vulnerable to explosiveness and excessive power. Although everything was rushed, it happened without any significant damage. I think this favor is well deserved." Ennard asked, "How would you describe it, brother? But why is he alone in such a situation?" Confucius replied, "He said that as soon as he touched Miss Estelle, the pain went away as if it had passed. You know the pain of a burst of excessive force. I intend to keep Estelle at the Duke's quarters until her body has fully recovered. I already told my father. He is on his way back. This is the situation. He will be here tomorrow." Ennard said, "This house will be noisy again." After that, Confucius said, "We have received information that the Archduke has set foot in the capital." He thought, "The Duke was last seen outside his lands. 5 years have passed. What is his goal?" Among the four great families that have defended the continent for a long time, the family of Grand Duke Karlstein, who inherited the blood of the most divine beast, stands out. His strength was enormous. However, it was the Duke's family that suffered the most from the monster's blood madness. As a result, the Grand Duke's family remained confined to the duchy for generations and rarely came outside. The new Grand Duke, Claude Karlstein, was no exception. On the other hand, Estelle thought, "It seems like a lie that a few days ago there was a snowstorm that prevented me from seeing. Fortunately, I can stay in the Duke's residence for a while. However, what should I do to earn a living when I get out? The only thing I know how to do properly is embroidery." After that, all the staff welcomed the Duke. 3 of them spoke. "Welcome, Dad," the Duke said. "I see they did not neglect their training." Estelle introduced herself. The Duke asked, "I heard that you've been staying in my house for a few days. How did you lose consciousness?" Estelle replied, "My father kicked me out." The Duke asked, "Do you mean your parents kicked you out? Because of what?" Estelle replied, "Father said I was actually the maid's daughter. My mother is a maid, and she doesn't even know who my father is. It is said that when I was newly born, I was exchanged with the true daughter of the Brienne house. Anyway, I feel alive now that I've lost everything. I have been treated in the Duke's house like a normal person, not like a ghost. This experience alone is enough for me. Even if I find myself in a storm again, I have no intention of returning to the Brienne family." The Duke said, "Did you say, Estelle? That is a nice argument. The truth is, you are still a fragile girl. You were born and raised as a noblewoman, so you can no longer work. You probably don't have any property because your parents kicked you out, so being kicked out of the family is actually a big burden on you. What do you think about staying under Valois' care?" All of them were shocked. The Duke continued, "I will give you secret support by getting the Valois family's sponsorship." The Duke thought. Her body calmed down just as he was about to explode. She was a maid's daughter. Estelle replied, "I am very grateful for the offer, but..." The Duke interrupted, "Do you think I pity you? How funny. I'm making an offer because I need you, and you too. It is just a suggestion. There's no pressure, so take your time to think about it. I apologize if I pressured you. You are in good hands." A few days later, Estelle thought, "I saw it last time, but it's still beautiful. It can't even be compared to the Brienne estate's dining room." "Oh no." Confucius grabbed her and asked, "Are you fine?" Estelle replied, "My lord, I am fine. Thank you for catching me." Confucius thought, "Headache, it's gone." After that, Ennard spoke, "What are you doing standing there? Sit down quickly, I'm hungry." Estelle thought, "Isn't he open?" Ennard asked, "Before, you looked into my father's eyes and said everything you wanted to say. Why are you suddenly shy again?" Estelle replied, "When I looked directly into his eyes." Alung told her, "A package has arrived for you. Grandpa brought it. He said there was no sender." After some time, Estelle thought, "Who sent it? It couldn't have been the Brienne family." Confucius came and asked, "Would you mind a moment? I'm sorry for arriving without warning." Estelle asked, "What happened?" Confucius replied, "If you're worried, would you check the package first?" Estelle told him, "I'm sorry, I'm very curious about that." After that, Estelle opened the package. Confucius thought, "That pattern." Estelle thought, "There's a ring." Audrey asked, "Could this be a diamond? It is very beautiful. Who sent it?" Estelle thought, "If there is a message, it will mention who sent it." There was a note written, "I finally found you. I am sorry, the contents of the box are now yours. To my niece, whom I have never met before." Estelle thought, "Niece," then the strange thing happened. "What is this? What happened?" She said, "It's like static electricity." Confucius asked, "Your eyes?" The maid told her, "Look here." Estelle said, "What happened to my eyes?" Confucius told her, "Is it because of the jewel? The dragon tear? Now listen to me carefully. A long time ago, when monsters invaded the world, there were 4 blessed families: the Valois family, the current imperial family, the family of Archidocar, and finally, the Mercedes family. Who took the unicorn, whose power was as honorable as that of the imperial family? Although they were executed during the night for treason, it was an unfortunate family. It was not easy to erase the great reputation of the Mercedes family. Finally, after the death of the mad emperor, the current emperor admitted that the ruling of treason was wrong. He apologized and restored the honor of the Mercedes family. That was after there were no longer any members of the Mercedes family. But the sacred relic of the Mercedes family is the dragon tear. There are only a few people born into the Mercedes bloodline who can respond to the dragon tear. After some time, the Duke said, "So the letter says, my niece, so it looks like he is still alive. Liana Mercedes. The last descendant of the Mercedes family, your aunt. If this is known, the whole world will pay a lot of attention to you. You have great talent. All kinds of different divine beasts will bow their heads like tender little sheep in front of you, even the dragon. For now, we have to figure out how to keep her safe," Estelle thought, paternal aunt. Next scene. At the Imperial Palace. The first prince asked, "What is it? Is the dragon out of control?" A knight replied, "There was wind, breathing fire. It is said that the chains almost broke." The prince thought, "This is ridiculous. It has been 10 years since he fell asleep after taking the medicine. 10 years ago, he had been unable to control the little dragon he had captured, so he decided to put him to sleep with medicine every day. No matter how strong she was, she would not wake up. Then, there was a shock strong enough to overwhelm even a weak soul. Such an event has been described in Norway. This meant there was a major threat to the royal family. The first emperor was afraid and made the worst possible choice, stupid, not being able to completely destroy the Mercedes family. Liana Mercedes, who was left behind, said, "I am still alive." It was a secret only a few people knew, but it was an obvious fact if that woman had given birth to a child. Then he heard a voice from a knight who said, "There is someone who wants to see you. He claims he has information related to the Mercedes family." The prince replied, "Tell him to come in." Next scene. Estelle asked, "You called me?" The Duke replied, "It seems that the crown prince has become aware of your presence." Confucius said, "I am sure the crown prince will do anything to get his hands on you. His intentions must be for you to become his doll." Estelle asked, "Why?" "Because I have Mercedes blood." The Duke stated, "You are more politically important than you think. We can hide from the crown prince, of course, but he persists like a snake. He will find you, one way or another. So, there is a suggestion. Instead, how about we introduce ourselves confidently, instead of hiding, so that no one would dare think about wanting to touch you." Estelle remembered the count's words. "To what extent will we be insulted because of you? It is very shameful." Estelle thought, "Hiding was my daily routine. Will I live in hiding? Will I get out of my league? None of these options exist for me, at least for now." Next scene. The guard announced, "She comes with His Excellency Duke Clement as her guardian, Miss Estelle Mercedes." The nobles asked, "Who is the companion of His Excellency the Duke, Mercedes? You must have mispronounced." The Duke asked, "Tired?" Estelle replied, "I'm fine." The Duke told her, "That's good, you don't have to look tired." Estelle thought, "In the first place, I wouldn't have come here if I wasn't prepared to do this." Syria was also there. The Duke asked, "Would you mind if I had your first dance?" Estelle replied, "Of course, it's an honor." The Duke told her, "If it had been anyone else decent, I would have given up, but, well, I don't see anyone suitable for you." Then they started dancing. Estelle thought, "It's like a dream. The first appearance in such an elegant dance. This is something the Brienne family never imagined." After some time, she thought, as expected, it was too much for my physical strength. The Duke came and told her, "Take this to quench your thirst. By the way, there are many eyes on you. Everyone seems eager to talk to you." Estelle thought, "Instead of me, they seem more interested in the Duke." Then a person came and whispered something. The Duke told her, "Excuse me for a moment, don't worry, I won't be too far away." Estelle replied, "Yes, it's okay, come back, please." She thought, "No problem, being alone is not a scary thing." Then some noble girls came and introduced themselves. After some chatting, Maria came and asked, "Are you a descendant of the Mercedes family?" "You are Liana's daughter," Estelle replied. "She is my aunt." Maria spoke, "I see, it was like that. The blood of that girl is still traced through the generations. I am late in introducing myself. My name is Maria. I am a friend of Miss Liana." Estelle thought, "My paternal aunt." Maria continued, "The day it happened, I had lunch with Liana. If I had realized this in time, I would have hidden it." Estelle thought, "She still feels guilty." Then she said, "Thank you for remembering my aunt for a long time. If my aunt knew, I'm sure she would be very grateful." Estelle thought, "I don't even know her face, but somehow I think she would." Maria told her, "Thanks for saying that. You are a young woman with a big heart. I could not protect Liana, but I swear in the name of the Marquis, I will always protect Lady Estelle." Estelle spoke, "This kind of affection means a lot to me, but I want to have a good relationship with you, Lady Maria." Maria replied, I'm sure I will always be there for you, I promise you. After some time, Estelle thought, after Maria left, people started coming to me, and I had already lost my energy. The Duke said he wouldn't go far, but it seemed he didn't come back on purpose. Then 2 people came and introduced themselves. We are from the Duchy, half Carlston. Can we talk privately for a moment? It will only take a moment, please. Next scene. One of them spoke. We came here quickly. This is because we have an urgent matter to attend to. Those eyes, by chance, do you feel that way? Sorry for asking about a sensitive topic, however, if you feel like it, please meet the Archduke. He is desperate for your help. Estelle asked. Wait a minute, she thought. The Archduke is the lover of the novel's heroine, Syria. He was the protagonist of this world. She asked, why are you asking me for help? One of them replied, I can't go into detail here, in case someone is listening. Suddenly, Syria came and said, I'm sorry, I came here because I wanted to talk to Estelle, but I didn't know there were guests. I wasn't expecting to see you on the dance floor. Estelle thought, how strange, it's as if she's claiming it. The person said, I think you're being a little rude. Syria asked, am I less valuable to you now? The person again asked, wait, what does this mean? The Duke came and said, there you are, you're taking up too much of my time. The 2 from the Duchy delegation spoke, excuse us, Miss Mercedes, we will talk another time. Syria was also going when she said, you're just a secondary character. Estelle thought, what did she just say? The Duke asked, what's going on? Estelle replied, excuse me for just a moment. She thought, I'm pretty sure she said, minor character. Impossible. Where did you go? A child's voice. Is he in the forest? I heard a voice from this side. The child's voice came again. Please help me. At this rate, he will die. Estelle thought, what is happening there? Estelle thought, why is someone in a place like this, next to the dragon? She asked, do you want me to call someone? The dragon replied, he can't be human, he should not be arrested. Estelle thought, what does it mean, not to be arrested? His body is so hot, it looks similar to the symptoms of a power overload. If I can use my skills, I can save this person, but how? The dragon told her, you can do it, otherwise, he will die. Estelle thought, I will do this. I will save you. I want to save him, therefore, I must release the healing power somehow. Then she remembered, she had asked, how is the sword used? Alung replied, are you curious? I'm a little worried about disappointing you, but there is no how to do it, it's simply instinct. Estelle thought, it's instinct. His body is so hot, I feel like I'm burning. If his body temperature rises further, it will be dangerous, so, please. The dragon asked, are you awake? Estelle said, it doesn't work. I need to call someone. Claude said, a female. Estelle asked, this is blood. Are you well? Claude replied, nothing happened. The dragon spoke, I'm glad you didn't die. I thought you were going to die. Estelle thought, since the situation was urgent, I didn't hesitate to help, but if you're lying on the ground with a wound like that in the Imperial Castle, it's best not to get too involved. Claude asked, Miss, did you treat me? Estelle thought, wait, that person can't be, black hair and golden eyes. The one who is followed by the dragon. The dragon told her, this person is Claude. Estelle thought, naturally, he is the main character in this fictional world. Although he's not a bad person, I think I heard that he doesn't distinguish between good and evil as long as it benefits the Grand Duchy. I shouldn't have come in the first place, he would have survived anyway, taking advantage of the main character's fate, she said. You look better now, I'm feeling relieved. Claude replied, yes, no need to worry. By the way, miss, how did you treat me? Estelle thought, I can't say that I used the power of the Mercedes family to heal here, because the Archduke's family has suffered from serious symptoms of excessive power for generations. Claude, the modern Archduke of Karlstein, should be viewed as an emergency kit, capable of using the powers of the Mercedes family. They can take advantage of me. She replied, that's because I learned soothing magic. Then thought, I hope you don't say I'm lying. The dragon told him, amazing, it's good enough to work with you. I assume the donor is a legendary tamer of the Magic Tower. Claude asked, are you a member of the Magic Tower by any chance? Estelle replied, no, I'm not a witch, it's just a hobby. I learned it as a hobby. Claude told her, yes, that's good. He thought, I don't believe that. Then he asked, you already know who I am, don't you? Estelle replied, what do you mean by that? Then they heard voices. The dragon told them, he is the crown prince. A voice on the ground shouted, "What the hell? Did you hide your daughter?" A count replied, "She wouldn't have been able to escape. The Duke of Valois carriage is still here." Estelle thought, "My dad." The dragon spoke, "So we just have to hide." Estelle thought, "Illusion magic." Then they heard the crown prince ask, "Is this not the data you have been raised for over 15 years? Use your head. How does your daughter spend her time at dances?" The count thought, "What is the point? I have never sent her to a dance." The prince continued, "Please do your best. If all goes well, you will become a maternal relative of the royal family." Estelle thought, "Be a father-in-law." The count replied, "Of course, your highness, I will make sure to find her." The prince said, "Tonight." The count also replied, "Tonight." Estelle thought, "Why do you want to meet me tonight? Even my father offered to look for me tonight." A servant came and told the prince, "The old national treasure. They have stolen the 5th egg." The prince shouted, "There are 7 layers of barriers surrounding the egg, and a group of guardians. What kind of rat would dare pass through that and take the egg?" The dragon spoke, "How funny, they are the ones who stole ours, but when we recover, and now he is angry because it was stolen." Estelle thought, "I wonder what kind of anime he must have encountered that left him with such a wound in the imperial castle. It would be better not to get involved either." The prince stated, "Call those who guard you tonight. Everyone should be severely punished. They can't have gone too far, so look around the imperial castle now. If the barriers were forcefully crossed, the rat would never be healthy, and you heard it. Now pretend you have not heard it if you want to live." The prince thought, "I should not let the emperor know that the egg was in my hands." Estelle whispered, "I think they are looking for you." Claude replied, "That is how it is. I don't know how I can deny it." Estelle asked, "What are you going to do?" Claude replied, "I thought you were going to be vigilant. Are you worried about me now?" Estelle said, "If they find me with you, they could accuse me of being complicit." The prince spoke, "That is true. But do not worry, I will take you safe and sound to a safe place." Estelle thought, "It is a suspicious situation. The crown prince's soldiers are already on the move. How will he get me to a safe place?" Claude asked, "Where would you like to return to?" Estelle replied, "To the dance room." Claude said, "All right, so let's go." The dragon told him, "Notify me when you change. You scared me." Claude asked, "I'm sorry, are you very surprised?" The knight asked, "Excuse me, may I know your identities?" Claude replied, "My name is Jean Lambert." The knight told him, "Take a look, sir." Estelle thought, "Is this guy called Jean Lambert famous? Anyway, I'm glad we passed easily." Claude asked, "Should I take you inside?" Estelle replied, "No." She thought, "Take your time to heal, please." Claude asked, "Well then, can you tell me your name? I want to know at least the name of my benefactor." Estelle replied, "I am Sebel." Claude continued, "I will remember, and I don't want to tell this to the person who helped me. It would be better not to reveal what happened today." Estelle replied, "Sure." Claude continued, "You are a unique case. You don't ask for money or compensation for keeping silent. Do you know my name, after all?" Estelle replied, "I don't know at all." Claude stated, "All right. I also don't want to question my benefactor. Please enter carefully." Estelle thought, "I am glad he did not find out that I am Mercedes." Next scene, Confucius asked, "Welcome, father. Did you have a good time?" Estelle said, "They are awake." Alung replied, "How am I supposed to sleep if you are not back? I was worried about you." The Duke said, "You have had a long day. I also want to know the story of why you ran out so suddenly, but I will let it go for another time. Tomorrow, I will go to the temple." Confucius told her, "A message has arrived. I hear that the high priest has arrived at the temple." Next morning, Estelle thought, "I am exhausted, and since this morning, I have been searching for excuses for what happened to the Duke last night, and Claude, because meeting him was really unexpected." The robbery of the imperial palace was the first scenario, in which the female hero and the male hero met each other. "I can't believe it was yesterday. I think I met him before Syria by fate. I think we won't get over Claude anymore. The Duke seems to understand that." "Why? I don't want to cause you trouble." Idri asked, "Are you nervous?" "Don't be. Never. Ennard will go with you. He is a great sword expert, and he will always be by your side." Estelle thought, "This is the situation." The high priest was summoned by the Duke. Idri continued, "If he is the high priest, I am sure he would say something different than the priest there." Estelle thought, "I don't know. I have been to the temple countless times since I was a child, hoping to cure my white disease, but I was left without a solution. Is it really easy to treat me?" Next scene, Ennard thought, given the silence in the palace, I think the news of the high priest's arrival has not spread yet. The high priest welcomed them, Estelle thought, this is the high priest of this continent. The priest spoke, let's see, you must have suffered a lot. I am sorry about that, Estelle replied. I suffered from fever most of the time when I was younger, but now I am fine. She thought, the disease is getting worse little by little, so it will simply be a silent death. The high priest said, can you lie down, now, let's see. Ennard thought, at first, I thought my father and my brothers were manipulated, strange as it may seem, when I look at you, it ends up supporting you. There is so much that I would not even hesitate to pay a very high price. The high priest spoke, that is good, I understand, there are 3 stages of white disease. It goes without saying that the lower the number, the easier the treatment becomes. Estelle is in stage 3. You probably know that patients with white disease have a limited lifespan. If you're lucky, it will be 3 years. No matter how many priests speculate, this will likely be the time limit. Ennard asked, what are you talking about? You think I brought her here just to listen to these things? Let's go. First, I know nothing about divine power. The high priest continued, but maybe with my power, it might be possible to cure you. Estelle asked, really? The high priest spoke, treatment will start tomorrow. Estelle replied, thank you, your holiness. The high priest continued, by the way, I have met Duke Carlslein. Ennard asked, why is this bastard looking for Estelle? Is this why Estelle inherited the Mercedes family blood? The high priest replied, Duke Claude's overload is the worst. Ennard spoke, no, I would never do that, especially since it is not her. Estelle thought, why are you like this? The high priest continued, there must be some stories, now I understand. Then I told the Duke that Miss Estelle must come for treatment. Are we going to keep it a secret? I also treated Duke Claude recently. Estelle said, let's go. I need to take countermeasures with this person who comes here. I have to tell my father about this first, Estelle thought. In fact, the Karlstein delegation found me. The Duke will soon have a real wizard in Syria. Ennard thought, this is a face I have seen before. Is he a member of the Karanka Guild? Then he said, go home first, I have to go somewhere. Estelle thought, where is he going? Then she saw the Countess. The Countess saw her and said her name. Estelle thought, should I talk to her? She replied, hello, Countess Vienne. The Countess asked, what? Are you telling me that now you don't consider me your mother? Then she looked at the other nobles. She continued, well, when I first heard the news, I thought the world was going crazy. It's time you told me. How long did you know you were going to get the inheritance? I don't know how we raised you. Have you been waiting to stab us in the back? Ren told her, you were very close, ma'am. The Countess shouted, who do you dare talk to like that? Estelle shouted, enough, this is my maid, so don't touch her. The Countess asked, will you answer me now? Estelle replied, now excuse me, I don't have anything else to talk about. After some time, Ren spoke, madam, my hand. Estelle said, I am sorry, I took the liberty of taking it, and I apologize for saying that you are my maid, to be one of the people working for the Duke of Valois. Ren replied, by order of Sir Ennard, I am in charge of guarding the young lady, so don't apologize. Next scene. The maids asked, how are you, miss? What did the high priest say? Did she say she can cure you? Estelle replied, she said she would treat me. While I can't be sure that I will be completely cured, I will try. The maids chatted naturally. Is there any disease that the high priest cannot cure? Audrey told her, I am so happy for you. On the other hand, the Count shouted, you are crazy. You raised your voice to Estelle in front of so many people. The Countess replied, they were talking badly about me. She does not even realize how much we did for her. The Count spoke, you could not even find her at the Imperial Palace party. When you finally found her, you humiliated her in front of everyone. To approve the request to cancel the family registration, we had to show that she and I were a harmonious family, didn't I say that? The Countess replied, this is because you did not see her at that moment. Shiny hair, tangled eyes, the most luxurious clothes. Without her, we would have been stuck with that white devil for a few more days. Is it worth the Mercedes family's wealth? The Count spoke, thank God I can control everything. The only thing I can do now is beg the Crown Prince. Syria said, don't worry, father, I will leave you again. I also feel responsible, it was my fault, if I hadn't come. The Countess told her, no, you are our blood. There is no way that white devil could be our daughter. I am sure this is a plan by Estelle. You don't have to feel guilty. Syria replied, thank you for your understanding, mother. You don't have to worry. Even if things change a little, the ending is still the same. Next scene. Audrey asked, are you nervous about tomorrow's treatment? You said you were going for a walk at night. Estelle replied, I'm a little excited, so I can't sleep well. Audrey said, it can't be helped. Now the only important thing is to be healthy. Estelle thought, wow, such a beautiful painting. Audrey told her, now that I think about it, this must be the first time you've seen Miss Sibylle. This is a completed portrait of Miss Sibylle that hangs in the family living room. This is Princess Sibylle, the youngest captain of the Guardian Knights. Currently, she is busy killing monsters on the border. Sometimes she returns to the duchy headquarters, so you'll be able to see her soon. After that, Audrey said, it should be a little cool at night, even if the weather is warm. Should I bring a shawl? Estelle replied, thank you, please do me a favor. She thought, I will wait inside until Audrey arrives. Then she heard Ennard speak. Are you saying that Duke Claude is in the capital? I've heard that he periodically goes away every time symptoms appear. Why would he leave his lands and go to the capital of another empire? Estelle thought, it was like that in the temple. Why does Ennard hate Claude so much? Now that I think about it, I believe they were always different in the novel, because they were fighting over Syria. Ennard continued, and what happened at the last imperial party? Confucius replied, I don't know exactly, but I heard that the crown prince's private army monitored the entire palace until dawn. It looks like Estelle wasn't involved in the event, so don't worry. Ennard said, tomorrow, why don't we increase security so he never gets close to Estelle? She'll have dozens of guards. Or just give her an artifact she can always carry. Estelle thought, in a quiet place like the capital, even a princess wouldn't travel with so many knights, and what is an artifact, anyway? The next day, Estelle thought, the day has finally come, I will receive treatment soon. She said, good morning. What happened? Estelle started reading the newspaper. Estelle Mercedes overnight becomes heiress of prestigious family, her childhood as Estelle, living with Countess Brienne. I did not know what kind of parent would live with such terrifying doubt. We raised Estelle only with love. But I always thought there was something unusual about her, like my husband and I. She was distinguished by exceptional beauty and intelligence, having learned the imperial language at an early age. Estelle thought, they are lying. Everything is a lie, from beginning to end. Ennard said, when they leave their daughter on the street, what the hell do they mean? Give her love, let's go. Whatever it is, the newspapers or the countess, I'll go everywhere and tell them, how dare they make fun of you with this article. Estelle thought, but I cannot continue to be indebted to the Valois family. Confucius spoke, maybe they're planning to file a lawsuit. Estelle asked, a lawsuit? Confucius replied, in the empire, there is a law called the Support Act. The Support Act is a law created to prevent children from being carelessly abandoned by their elderly parents. If it is recognized that the parents raised and cared for their child, then when the child becomes an adult, they cannot easily break off the relationship with their parents. Estelle told him, no, although the count and countess were the ones who kicked me out, are you saying I can't break the relationship between us? Confucius told her, unless you can prove that they did not fulfill their duties as parents. Estelle thought, the count and countess certainly didn't make me angry, but there were many occasions when I was unable to eat properly, though not enough to starve to death. In a way, I, who have white disease, grew up in the attic, but the fact that I was provided with minimal food, clothing, and shelter does not mean they fulfilled their duties in raising a child. While my parents treated me badly, the servants went further, spitting on me and insulting me with malicious words. The servants are sure to give false testimony. I am the only one who can prove it. Confucius continued, they're choosing public opinion. If a good impression is created among the people who see the false interview, it will be a lot easier to file a false appeal with the judge. Estelle asked, is this article the cornerstone for me to be called to court? He replied, yes. Estelle thought, of course, I should have expected that. If I had been held back for one more day, I'm sure they would have gotten the dragon tears without a problem. Confucius continued, my father said he will sponsor you, and I'm not talking about material support. Ennard also said, I can't leave you alone with this mess. I'm going to meet the editor-in-chief first. I'll talk to him about what the media's obligations are. Confucius told him, the choice depends on Estelle, whether or not she accepts the help of the Valois family, but I can assure you that my family can provide suitable help. Estelle replied, I appreciate your words, but can you give me a little more time to think? Confucius said, I'm not going to pressure you, but I suppose you'll have to speed up your mealtime a little, the day you receive treatment at the temple. Then he thought, I cannot believe the Count is so intent on spreading such a black lie. If this news proves to be false, the reputation of the Count and Countess will fall to the bottom. I'm sure they know that. Could it be that this was created without even participating in any defeat, just by greed? Next scene. Estelle thought, the support law. I didn't expect life to be easy, but I didn't expect to be sued either. Now I want to find my aunt more than anything. She never showed up and only delivered the relic in a package. There must be a reason. It's possible she's in a situation where her life is in danger. My only hope is for her to tell me something about my real mother. After that, Estelle thought, what should I do? There's too much attention. Ren asked, shall we leave? Then, Estelle thought, you look extremely proud. Syria came and said, I've got something to say to Miss Estelle. I was lucky. I didn't expect to see you so soon. Do you have a moment to talk? Estelle thought, why is Syria here? Could it be that the Countess sent Syria as a messenger? Then she replied, I'm sorry, but I have a previous appointment now, so it is difficult. Syria said, good, you have business at the temple. I've come here to talk about something more important to you than to me, so I really hope you can give me some time. Estelle thought, in the original story, was there anything like this? She replied, very well, we will talk late. Then again she thought, is it because I'm aware of my memory from my past life, or because I'm just a side character? I'm not sure, but I think I heard something like this. If this is true, then Syria. Suddenly, the high priest asked, how was the banquet? I don't interfere in your personal life. I'm just curious because my other patient was like that. Estelle thought, another patient, she asked, continue. Was he in serious condition? The high priest replied, well, to be honest, yes. The patient is in serious condition. It's more serious than your case. That person said someone had treated him that day. That person must have been a good healer. Even when I was treating him as high priest, he told me the symptoms that had been bothering him subsided as if by magic. Estelle thought, this person also knows. The high priest continued, he was very curious about the healer who healed him. I'm sure he wasn't in a hurry at that moment, so he couldn't properly thank his savior. But if given another chance, maybe he wouldn't let her escape. I'm sorry, Miss Estelle. I've been talking for too long. I just wanted to talk to you. If you don't want to get along with him, I recommend avoiding him. Estelle thought, I didn't get involved because I wanted to. I got involved because of the little dragon's wine. The high priest spoke, today's treatment is almost over. How do you feel? Estelle replied, very good. The high priest said, great, I'll see you at the next therapy session. After that, Syria spoke, have you finished treatment? Should we go somewhere quiet? Next scene. Syria asked, what do you want to eat? Jasmine tea is my favorite too, so we agree on that. Then she said, you already know that. Did you read the newspaper this morning? My parents miss you very much. Estelle asked, do they miss me? Syria replied, they hope you will come back. Of course, I hope so too. Estelle thought, as expected, she was sent by the Count and Countess. Then she replied, I doubt it. It's not me they want back. It's the Mercedes family legacy they want. I don't know how you feel, but the Count and Countess don't like me. Syria asked, you don't believe me? Estelle replied, that's because I can't believe it. Syria stated, good, don't believe. You were shocked and expelled as if you were garbage in the middle of winter. Let me ask you this directly. Have you read it, the novel? Estelle thought, I think I heard her correctly. She replied, I don't know what you're talking about. Syria said, don't lie, otherwise, it doesn't make sense for my parents, who raised you for years, to kick you out overnight, and you left without shedding a single tear. Estelle thought, if I hadn't given up, I would have kept the Count's trousers and the Countess's dress. Didn't they abandon me? She replied, even if I didn't oppose it, it wouldn't have made any difference. Syria asked, but you still have to try. That's normal, Estelle said. What do you mean? Syria told her, we can be good friends. What a coincidence. It's hard to believe that I'm inside a novel I read in my previous life, and now there's someone else who has had the same experience as me. But it's just a fluke, isn't it? So please put the book back in its place. The Mercedes inheritance. They were supposed to be for Brienne. In the original novel, the Brienne family was very rich, and it was thanks to this inheritance. Estelle stated, don't talk about my ancestral heritage that way. It's not your thing, and it never will be, so please don't do this kind of rudeness again. Syria shouted, This was supposed to happen in the first place. You may feel angry, but the world has prepared this scenario for me. Do you deny that you read the same book as me? Estelle asked, but did you talk about this before? A book? I have no idea what you're talking about, Syria asked. Are you going to pretend you don't know? Estelle stated, Miss, you're saying strange things about your past life and a fantasy novel. This is not a dream. This is real life. It's time to open your eyes, so I'm leaving. Syria thought, no, this cannot be true. This cannot be the reality. After that, Ren asked, are you okay? Estelle replied, yes, I'm fine. She thought, I feel tight in my chest. She's right. If she had arrived at the Count's residence a little earlier, they were going to kick me out and take the inheritance my aunt left me. That would have made me even angrier. In the original novel, I was defenseless and helpless, but this time is different. Nothing will happen. Suddenly, one of the noble ladies came and asked, what the hell did you say to Miss Syria? Estelle replied, I didn't tell her anything special. The lady continued, don't lie. How heartbroken she was once you left. Estelle thought, these people, why are they doing this? Why are they so worried about her? Then she told her, I'm sorry, but if you're interested in the conversation, it would be better if you asked Miss Syria, not me. The lady said, it's not because I'm curious. I want you to apologize to her. Estelle asked, why should I apologize? The dragon spoke up, on everything. Big sister is right. Look, she is the big sister. The noble lady asked, Miss, what are you looking at in the middle of the conversation? Claude asked, are you okay? The lady said, my God, Baron Lambert. Estelle asked, how did you get here? Claude replied, I never thought I would see you like this again. Maybe I'm breaking into the conversation now. Estelle said, no. The noble lady spoke, how could the Baron be with someone like that? Claude asked, a person like that, young lady, I think your choice of words can be a little rude. The noble lady continued, what I'm trying to say is that it's not honorable for a person, like the Baron, to get involved with a dangerous person. Claude said, I don't know what you mean by dangerous, that's not good either. Estelle thought, why are you doing this? This makes it look like we are close. The noble lady said, I'm thinking of the Baron's best interest. Maybe you don't know, but since the dance, there have been a lot of rumors. Estelle thought, the world-wide disease should not be mentioned, otherwise, Claude will know who I am. The noble lady continued, she may have suspicious origins and background, but in any case, she is still a girl cursed by God with illness. Estelle stated, I will no longer tolerate disrespect, please go. The noble lady said, we'll talk about this some other time. I have something to tell you, don't be mean to me. Claude asked, Miss Sibel, are you all right? Estelle said, Miss Rin, wait, then added, I would like to talk to him for a moment. Can you give me a moment? Rin replied, of course. After that, Claude asked, who was that lady? The dragon also spoke, if it weren't for people, I would turn her into ashes. Estelle replied, they're people I don't know, I really don't care. Claude asked, I can help. Estelle replied, it's okay. She thought, what type of help would you give me? Besides, those ladies are close friends with Syria in the original novel, so that makes sense. He asked, by the way, you should come back quickly, I'm sure your wounds haven't healed completely. Claude told her, thank you, my wounds have healed, however, I have a question for you, are you sure you won't tell me your real name? Estelle replied, I have 3 older brothers, and they are very strict at home. If I give my name to a stranger, they will scold me. Ren told her, the 3rd master is looking for you, he will be here soon. Estelle thought, no, if I encounter him, my identity will be discovered. She said, my 3rd brother is looking for me, so I will go first. Claude said, in the end, I could not find out her real name. The dragon told him, I don't suppose she loves you, I know it from the way she ran away. Claude said, be calm, she heard that her older brother was looking for her. The dragon continued, you know it's just an excuse, so are you going to let her go like this? Claude replied, we will meet again, even if I have to search for her in the entire capital. The dragon said, it would be good to ask Irene and Loria for help, they're here too. Claude spoke, this is not important. The dragon commented, because of your stubbornness, nothing will get better. At the same time, outside the capital, 2 people were chatting. If he is determined to hide, how will we find him? The other replied, but we have to find him somehow. This is an emergency. Everyone is trying to impress the Mercedes heiress, but our master, who should be at the forefront. Where the hell is he and what is he doing? Audrey spoke. I have already finished all the preparations for his trip, but he said that before he leaves, he would like to say goodbye to the lady. By the way, did the lady finish her conversation with the man who has a lizard? Estelle thought, a lizard, for other people, it only seems like they see a lizard. She replied, yes, the conversation was not that important. Audrey said, is this the person you met at the Imperial Ball? It seems like you have a new close friend. Next scene. Estelle asked, we have to go now. Alung replied, yes, I have been looking forward to accompanying you to the next ball, but it seems that it won't work out. Estelle told him, please, I would like you to come back safely from your trip. The butler whispered, I think they hid the fact that you will go to hunt demons, since Lady Estelle would be worried. Alung told her, I will bring you a gift, so be sure to stay safe. Estelle replied, yes, you too, take care. After that, the butler asked, would you like to see this, if you are not tired? All of these invitations are addressed to the lady. Estelle asked, what, for me? The butler continued, it is natural that you succeeded in your debut. I'm sure that at this point, many people in your social circle are desperate to invite you. Estelle asked, is it okay if I went to a place like this? The butler replied, it is okay. You can choose one of the invitations out there. Sure, if you feel that this is too much, you can refuse them all. Estelle said, I am going to attend. You can't avoid social activities forever. She thought, perhaps, through social activities, I may find clues about my aunt. Maybe I will be able to see Madame Maria again. The butler said, Marchioness Delaine's tea party. That is it for now. Guess I am going to be busy. Estelle asked, what do you mean, you are going to be busy? Next scene. Estelle thought, so this is what he meant when he said he would be busy. Confucius told her, if you are going to the tea party, you cannot avoid being prepared, as the weather is getting warm again. You will definitely need more new dresses and accessories. Now let's go. Estelle thought, I was not expecting things to get this big. After that, Estelle asked, there is something that I would like to ask. Actually, I would like to ask about my aunt. Confucius replied, in fact, there is no significant progress. I have tried to locate the mailman who sent the package, but I found nothing. Your aunt has intentionally disappeared. This seems somehow meticulous. Estelle asked, is it because my aunt does not want to see me? Confucius replied, in that case, she would not have left you a note. There should be another reason that she hid her tracks. For example, she could be avoiding being tracked by someone. Estelle thought, someone is tracking her. Then she asked, you're telling me that there is someone who is tracking my aunt? If this is real, my aunt now. Confucius told her, please calm down. This is just a theory. He thought, it is the most reasonable suspicion. There should be someone who does not like the idea that there are descendants of the Mercedes family. Confucius continued, the case of the Count and his wife is still a problem even now. Since they made a great fuss publicly in the newspaper, there will soon be a follow-up investigation. Estelle replied, I have to plan it a little more, but I'm sure that I will not crush her wishes. Confucius said, I am wondering how Miss Estelle will confront her. Next scene. The shop owner welcomed them, then said, I was wondering what kind of wind was blowing when the young master told me to prepare the latest stylish dresses. You are the famous Miss Estelle that has been rumored about. This is making me even more motivated. Confucius told her, Miss Estelle, even though she has such a tiresome personality, her abilities are outstanding. The shop owner said, then shall we start? After that, the maid said, wow, you look really good. The shop owner told her, since you have silver hair, you can use all kinds of colors, so how about this? As expected, this sky blue color suits you well. That looks even more beautiful. Audrey asked, Master, which dress do you think suits her better? As expected, it was best to try another dress. Estelle thought, another dress. Confucius replied, you look really tired. This is all for today. Madam, pack all the dresses that Miss Estelle tried on. The shop owner replied, oh my God, the master thinks the same. I guess he liked all the dresses. After some time, she said, this is the first time he came here to the salon in person, since he came with Miss Sibel when he was young. I was not expecting him to be that quiet back then. So much time has passed since I last saw her. After that, Confucius asked, you came later than expected. Are you tired? Estelle replied, no, I'm good, but thanks. You took care of everything. You bought me a dress, a necklace, earrings. I will definitely pay you back the money after the ceremony of entering adulthood. Confucius replied, "If you had to count them, it would take days. You must be too tired now. Let's go back so you can rest." On the other hand, the countess spoke, "Syria, darling, what is going on? Mom is here. Please, at least tell me what happened." Syria thought, "I have to return. I have to go back to my original world." The problem was that I realized too quickly that this was a novel, and I went directly to the Baron family. I never thought there would be a configuration for an extra or something like this. It's a scene that was never mentioned in the original novel. It was somehow different from the original plan. But as in the original, if Syria had her happy ending, I would definitely return to the original world. Like this video, hit the like button, and subscribe for more videos.